Right, hello there, my name's Alan Collins. I'm a photographer. I'm not professional, it's a great hobby of mine. It's something that I'm very passionate about. I absolutely love it. I'm out there all the time, taking shots. Now I just want to talk to you about a few things. I've just been to North Wales, where I'm originally from, and they've got some wonderful scenery shots up there, and I do lots of landscapes. So I just want to show you how I do 90% of my landscape shots. Now I use a system called the hyperfocal distance system. I'll get into that in a minute, but I'll just show you the lenses I use. Now if you want to do hyperfocal distance shots, you really need prime lenses, because they're fixed, and when they're fixed, that is it, you haven't got to do nothing with them. So I'll just go through the three lenses that I generally use. The first one is a 14mm. Now if you look into the video of me in North Wales, I refer to this as a 12mm. It's a mistake. I make mistakes. It's a 14mm. It's a Samyang, and it's a manual focus lens, so it hasn't got any autofocus on it. It's just a purely manual focus lens, okay? And that is set to f8. I set all my lenses between f8 and f11 because I reckon that's the sweet spot of a camera, well, the camera that I use, okay, which is a 5D Mark II. Canon 5D Mark II I use. Between f8 and f11 is supposedly your sweet spot. I don't know, but that's what I read. So that's me 14mm. Now I'll just tell you the reason I've got this contraption on it, this casing on it. It's to hold glass, basically, ND grads, and this is what I do. I put ND grads in it so it slows. You can take smaller, shorter shutter speeds, so it slows the movement of water down, waterfalls down, etc., etc. So you get that nice creamy effect on the water. So. And the reason I leave it on this lens, it's such a bugger to get on and off. It is. You're pushing it on, and I'm scratching my fingers, and God knows what, So I just leave it on there, and I've just got a bit of perspex in there just to protect the glass of the lens. Okay, so that's that one. I've got a 24mm lens, and I've also got a 50mm lens. Now the 24 and the 50 are set at f11. That used to be set at f8, but I've changed it. I've set that to f11 now. Okay, and like I said, what I do, I use the hyperfocal distance theory. Now it can get very, very technical and mathematical, whatever. But if you just go on the internet, tap in hyperfocal distance charts, there are a few companies that will that you can download charts straight off the internet. So you haven't got to worry about any of this mathematical thing. And hyperfocal distance is supposedly the best way of getting front to back sharpness in a landscape photo, if that's what you're looking for. Front to back sharpness, back to front sharpness in a landscape photo. And that's why I use this method. And like I said, you just go on the internet and you can download these charts, okay? Now, what I do, I look at these charts. Like I say, this is me 14mm lens, and I look down there, and on the left hand side you've got all your lenses, your lenses from 10mm to 600mm, and I look down to, so I'll say 14mm, which is the third one down, and you go along to f8, which that is set at f8. Go along to f8. And you've got all your f-stops at the top there, from f1 to f64. Why would you ever use that? I have no idea. So you go on to f8, go down 14mm, f8, and it says 2.68 feet. Now, sorry folks, but I am an old school guy. I am old. I still use feet and inches. Okay, they have got the metric equivalents to that, but I still use feet and inches. And like I said, it is 2.68 feet. Okay, so I remember that 2.68 feet. So what I do now, I get me lens, 14mm lens, put it on, obviously put it on my camera, set your camera to f8, yep, and then you put that on a tripod, and then 2.68 feet away you've got a subject, whether it an object, whether it's, I don't know, you could use one of these charts, I guess, because it's got writing on it. So 2.68 feet away, and you can measure it with a tape measure. That's what I do. Just measure it with the tape measure. Okay, and stick something. It might be on a wall, or it might be on another tripod, whatever. So 2.68 feet away, I will put another object up there, and then what I do, I will manually make sure it's on manual focus. This is only manual focus anyway. Make sure what you do, you get your focus ring, and you just wiggle your focus ring around, which is on your camera, until this object at 2.68 feet away is nice and sharp. You know, give it a few goes, because you ain't going to get it spot on right away. But give it a few goes with your focus ring on the back until that is as sharp as you can get it. Okay, and then that is all set. Then that 14mm lens is all set, ready for shooting. So I can go now and shoot landscapes or whatever I want to shoot with a 40mm lens, knowing that from front to back is going to be lovely and sharp. Okay, and what I actually do when I've got it the focus ring nice and sharp with my object, I then put gaffer tape around this so it stops the focus ring moving. You know, you might be transporting it somewhere, whatever. So you want to make sure you don't move that focus ring. So I put gaffer tape around it to keep it nice and firm, and that is all done then. And I do exactly the same with my 24mm and my 50mm. Okay, I'll just quickly go through 24mm. You go down to 24mm down there, and then you go along like so. This is set at f11 now. So 24mm, I go along to f11, and it says 5.57 feet. I do exactly the same, but obviously I set my object 5.57 feet away now. Like I say, using a tape measure, one of those beam things, a bit technical for me. So I use a tape measure, 5.57 feet away, manually focus it. Now just a quickie, most lenses have got autofocus, manual focus switches on them. Switch it to manual focus, okay, and some of these, this has got a stabiliser on it. Switch the stabiliser off, because once if a stabiliser is on and it's sitting on a tripod with your camera, it can mess up your shot. The shots can come out fairly soft. If you've got your stabiliser on. So make sure your stabiliser is off, manual focus, switch on the back as well, and do exactly the same. Nice and sharp, bang, and then you've got it. And that is set then, 24mm, that is set to go and shoot shots. You haven't got to worry about going a third into the way of the shot and then focusing it and all that palaver and what f-stop am I going to use. They are all set. And that is using the hyperfocal distance charts. And it's as easy as that. Okay. Now, people say to me, well, what happens if you want to get a shot between 50mm and 24mm or 24? I said, well, I become the zoom then. You know, if I compose the shot and I want to go a bit closer in or a bit further out, I become the zoom. So I will physically move further in or physically move further out. There's very, very few occasions where I can't move. Okay, it's never happened to me. I can always move in a little bit or move out a little bit physically. And that, like I said, I'm the zoom then. Okay, so that is it. Right, that was all the technical jargon out of the way. Now, like I said, I just been to North Wales. My son Jamie, he said to me, Dad, why don't you take one of these with you, and you can video yourself while you're taking shots and you explain what you're doing. Now, I didn't know what one of these things are. This is called a GoPro. Okay, never heard of a GoPro. I can imagine most of you out there know what GoPro is. You're a lot younger than me. But this is all new technology to me. So I took this and I hadn't got a clue how to use it. So if you look at the videos, especially the very first video, I go and visit a waterfall in Wrexham, near Wrexham. And I haven't got a clue what I'm doing with this thing, be quite honest. And do I need to come in close, or do I need to go out, or do I need to the side, or and all this palaver. I'm doing this, I've got my tongue out. Oh God, it's a bit of a nightmare, especially the first one, because I'm so much concentrating on this GoPro, then I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to be saying. I mumble a few words, a bit like I'm doing now. But anyway, it's all a bit of fun, and as you go through the videos, because I do different things, I do the waterfalls, and I do I don't know, a mill and some old bits and pieces, What else? I can't remember. Just look through the videos, and yeah, it's all a bit of fun. And as I said, as you go through the videos, I do actually get a little bit better. I'm never going to be a Steven Spielberg, but it is, hopefully you'll get a little bit out of it and you'll think, oh, I didn't realise that, or you know, you might pick up a few things. And also, you know, comments, if you like putting comments down, which I hope you will do. Slaughter me if you like, especially on the first video, it's not very good, but you might pick up a few things, and you can tell me a few things, you know, because I'm you know, I'm far off being the perfect photographer, so help me as well, you know, give me information. Hopefully look in the video, I'll give you a bit of information, and that's how us photographers work. We talk to each other all the time and we pick our brains all the time, and that's what makes this industry a fabulous industry to be in. You know, I just love it. I go out birding and landscapes are my two big things that I like to take. All right, and I've got a few wildlife birding videos on the web as well, so have a look at those. And anyway, so I'm going to stop waffling now, and I'm going to take you to North Wales. So North Wales, here we come. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you in North Wales. Cheers. Hello. Right, we're just off to North Wales. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to Carnarvonshire, a little village just down by Carnarvon where my auntie lives. But first of all, we're going to go to Wrexham. There's a little village in Wrexham. Apparently it's got a lovely little waterfall. So we're going to head for that first, and then hopefully take some nice pictures of that, and then trot up to sunny North Wales, Carnarvon. Alright, so hopefully see you in a little while. Bye bye. Hello. Hiya, yeah, well, we're 5 hours later. It's now 8 o'clock. We've arrived in a little village just outside Wrexham, which I can't pronounce. Apparently this, I'm going to take a few photos of a waterfall, and it's up that way, about a 20-minute walk. Alright, so when I get there I'll show you what's going on. Alright, see you in a while. Bye. Hiya. I think I found the waterfall. If you just look over that way with me. It's a nice little, I like it, it's a nice little waterfall. What I've got to try and do now is get from here down to the bottom there, so I want to take it on the river level basically. So I'm going to clamber down some rocks and then set my gear up, and I'll show you how I'm going to take a photo of this lovely looking waterfall. Okay, see you in a minute. Bye. Right, I've composed the shots here, obviously ready to shoot. What I'm going to try and do, because it's quite a murky, dark day, I probably won't need an ND filter on it or anything like that, because it's quite dark, which means I should be able to take quite slow shutter speeds, which will smooth out the texture of the water, and also it will freeze the action on the waterfall. What I do, I shoot everything in manual focus. So like I said, I've already set up my lens to a hyperfocal distance, so it is automatically set, so I haven't got to touch the lens. Hi. When I'm taking pictures of this nature and you're on a tripod and it's a slow shutter speed, very important you have a cable release, so you haven't got to touch the camera at all. And what I do, I have the mirror lock up as well. Enable the mirror lock up, so you'll press the cable release twice. The first time you press it, it will lift the camera up. Second time you press it, it will take the picture. So when the mirror comes up, just leave it for a second or two, let everything settle, then take your picture. I've just shot a couple of pictures and it's around about a 2 second, between 1.5 and 2 second shutter speed. Right, mission accomplished, I think. I'm a bit puffed out because I just climbed that bank. One of the hassles of being a photographer, I suppose, some of the places you have to go to get decent shots. You see the river all the way down there. It's sometimes you have to clamber about a bit and just make sure you're dressed for the occasion. I mean, luckily I had my Wellingtons on. There's my wellies. Because there was moments there I was right in the middle of the river trying to get what I class as a good shot. So anyway, we're back to the car now, and I hope my missus is not going to be grumpy with me because I've left her in the car. It was a bit of a track for her to walk along there, about 20 minutes walk from the car park to the waterfall. So we're going to head up now to Carnarvon, up the very northern part of North Wales, where we're going to be staying for 10 days with my auntie, so it's nice and cheap, and she's a nice lady as well. Okay, so I'll see you in a while. Ta-da.